So, hello, Jonathan. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you
And
for inviting me.
you're welcome. So, welcome to the show, The Food Apothecary, food that heals your soul. So, today we are going to talk about your profession as an IT career.
Yeah.
So, tell me how somebody can start into that.
Well, I'm gonna share my experience.
Oh, yeah.
I think you can get into career into many different ways.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna share my experience, how I started as an IT professional. It wasn't my first choice. As you can see, as you can probably know, I started my career as a musician. So
Yes.
I did I don't know how do you say it in English, but I did a master's degree
Okay.
in music, piano, classic piano. And well, yeah, as you can imagine, it's pretty hard to earn a living with music. So that's when I decided to move along a little bit
Mhm.
different path. So I had some friends that they were telling me, what, you should go into computer science, like programming, development. And I said, yeah, what? It's not a bad idea. I've always loved computer science. I've always been attracted to technology. So yeah, I started searching like where I could actually start my studies in computer science. So I went to UQAM, the University of Quebec in Montreal, and I started there a certificate in programming and computer science. So when I finished that, I touched a little bit of everything, but mostly development, software development. And then I realized that that wasn't really what I wanted to do. Being in development, it's something that you work in teams, yes, but you mostly do your day-to-day work alone, and that wasn't much for me. So the other aspect of computer science that actually attracted me was everything related to the IT field. So yeah, I started taking like intensive care, not intensive care, intensive classes. Like there were 8 hours a day, pretty much. And at the end of the class, you get like a small certificate. Maybe it lasted a few months. So, and I noticed that that was more something that I was attracted to. So, yeah, that's how I started in my IT field. I took computer science development and then I went to IT. At first, I wasn't doing anything major. My first job, I got it when I wasn't finished with my classes. I was about to finish maybe in a few weeks, but I got my first job, but it was really, really nothing like anyone could do it. I was in an office, and when they had like keyboard issues or speaker issues, monitor issues, I had to replace them. So nothing really, anyone that knows how to connect a monitor or a keyboard could do my job. So I did that for a few months, maybe a year, and slowly they started giving me a little bit more advanced tasks. At one point, I had to quit my job that I had, my first job as an IT, because I felt that I wasn't doing enough. So many time studying and just doing like keyboard changing, speaker changing, Microsoft changing. That's not an IT job. So I landed my second job as an IT. So I
Mhm.
lasted about 3.5 years in my first job, and then in my second job, I got the opportunity to do a little bit more. And I think I got lucky because the other guy that was there in my second company, he actually quit maybe 6 7 months into me being there. So I got to make bigger projects within the company. So
Oh,
that's where I really started to get a feel of what a real IT can do.
mhm.
So yeah, right now I'm doing mostly like system administrator work, but it's always you always have to do a lot of troubleshooting with users within the company. So you're always attached to supporting users. So yeah, that was my experience in the IT field. So like I started doing school development, software development, didn't quite like it. I went to IT to do extensive classes,
Mhm.
and then I landed my first job. And there's nothing that can beat actually the real life experience versus school. School is something very, very, very different. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
I guess it's kind of the same thing for every profession.
Yeah, you get they give you like theory, do this, do that, and that's how that should work. But then you get into real life experience and you remember that doing that or doing this doesn't work at all, so you have to find another way to make it work. So
Yes, I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Great, great. But you mentioned piano. You teach piano, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Yes, I teach piano. That's a side
It's a
work.
side hustle.
Yeah. I don't live in Montreal anymore, so
Yeah.
where I live, there's not many people. So it's
Okay.
like a small village. I think there are like maybe 2,000 people there. But
Wow.
I'm planning on opening maybe my house to a few people there, since there's not much there to do. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe have a few students here and there just to make some extra money.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Yeah, you mentioned like it's difficult to make it in as a musician.
Yeah, you have to be very lucky. You have to have good contacts.
Mhm.
You have to be very lucky, and you have to be talented also, because you can have the good contacts, but if you have no talent, then it's for nothing too.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's a lot of things in play if you want to make it in music. So I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's really hard.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess I I never tried music. I can only agree to you. I have if I try ever in my life, I'll let
Yeah, sure. And if you make it, well, good
you.
for you.
Yeah, if I make you would know if I make it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so we were talking about as an IT career. So you took extensive course and you started your job and everything. So how's switching between companies and then switching between jobs like has developed to help your resume, like has developed it to your resume?
Even though I know my job, I know what to expect, I know what to do in most cases, I always get nervous when changing jobs. I feel like I'm not gonna be good enough, or like I have no experience at all when changing companies. I don't know if you felt that before, but
Mhm.
in the end it's always the same thing. But just changing the way a company can work, I feel stressed about that because it's something new, even though it's not new. Like it's just to get to know the company, actually, how they work, the structure, the company structure in the IT field. It's important to get to know the structure, the technology structure,
Mhm.
so the infrastructure of the company, so you can kind of know how to navigate around with access, permissions, stuff like that. Like when they need something from a server or a file, a document, or just when they need a special permission for a folder in some server. So
Okay.
at first, if like I said, tomorrow I'm starting a new job, I probably won't know where they are, and that's kind of stressful because, like I said, even though I know what to do, how to do it, I'm afraid I'm not gonna be good enough.
Mm,
It's weird, but yeah, that's how I feel each time I have to change jobs. Because
yeah.
after 3 years, pretty much how the things work, and then suddenly it's just different.
It's a different reality after
Yeah,
because
it's a different way of working, different people. My previous company, I actually knew a lot of them, so I knew how they were. So and now it's completely different. Get to know different people. How are they gonna react? Since you're doing support, also, you don't know if they're gonna be mad or
oh yeah.
I'm the new guy. I don't know.
Pissed people because the computer is not working.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, I'm trying here. I'm here to help you, but you're not helping yourself by being mad. So
Great, great. Okay, cool. And in the new job, are you excited to join tomorrow?
yes, yes, I'm excited. Yeah, it's a different opportunity. I think it's gonna be different of the previous companies that I have,
Okay.
whereas I will be working with a company, but it's a consultant firm.
Oh,
So they
okay.
have different clients. So I will be working with different people. Like every day is going to be a different client. Actually, they're a consultant firm for small companies.
Yes.
I think under 100 employees. So they don't necessarily have IT dedicated for the company. So they hire this company so they can get IT professionals whenever they have a need. So
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be different in that way, because like I said, it's gonna be different every single time, every single client. It's gonna be a different setup, maybe it's gonna be a different way of working. So I think it's gonna be good for my resume because I think it's gonna be very different each time. Every day is gonna be a different way of working since there are different clients. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good for my resume.
That's good. That's good. I'm happy that you're excited. I wanted to talk about another thing. I want to talk about Salvadorian cuisine and pupusas.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
delicious.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about them, like the culture and the food. I know that your parents are from Salvador, so
Yeah. And actually, I ate pupusas. My mom made some pupusas last week. Yeah,
oh,
last
wow.
week.
You
So I
didn't
was
invite
lucky
me
enough
again?
to. Sorry?
You didn't invite me.
No, it's actually made for sale. So I think I ate like four pupusas,
Oh, wow.
but I know she wants to make more. She wants to make more in the next few weeks. We have to go get the ingredients, but as I live far from civilization,
Yes, yes.
so it's hard. But yeah, I'm in Montreal right now, so I'm at my dad's place.
Okay.
So I might get some ingredients she needs to bring it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, pupusas, they're really good, really good. And here in Montreal, you can have pupusas, but they're, how can I say, they're kind of limited in flavor, where
Okay.
you can have like cheese, you can have meat with cheese, you can have cheese with the beans, different types of combination. But in El Salvador, you can have every pupusa you can imagine. If you want vegetables pupusa, you can have only vegetable pupusa. If you want just pork, you can have pork. The cheese, even the cheese over there is different. It's so delicious.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the cheese is, it's not like here. Here we use mozzarella for the pupusas, but over there it's a different cheese. It's called quesillo,
Oh wow.
and it's like a very chewy cheese,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't really melt with the when you put it to heat. It actually like since it's very chewy and you put it to heat, it just get extra chewy when you eat, and the flavor. Oh my god. Oh my God. I've been lucky to taste that pupusa maybe once in my life. So I'm planning on going on a trip to El Salvador and eat a lot of pupusas there. But yeah, you can have a lot of different combinations over there. If you love garlic, there's garlic and cheese. There's a small flower too. It's endemic to El Salvador. It's called loroco.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a flower, but people they cut it
Okay.
before it blooms. So
Okay.
you have like those little buds, like flower buds, and they mix it with cheese also, and it has a very particular flavor. I don't like it. I don't like the flavor of that flower, but my parents they love it. My sister she loves it, and so yeah, it's worth going to El Salvador just to try different kinds of pupusas you can imagine.
I'm excited because since you mentioned vegetables, that
Oh
means
yeah.
a lot of stuff because as a vegetarian, I don't have that many choices here. It's just the loroco, the flower that you mentioned,
Yeah.
which I never tried, honestly. I only tried cheese and sometimes like the beans and cheese. That's it.
Oh no, but there, yeah, you can have with different kinds of vegetables like zucchini. I don't know. There's anything you want, they can make it for you.
Oh wow. Now
Yeah,
I'm excited. Yeah, I want to go.
yeah. I should go too. I've been once there in El Salvador. I was 3 years old.
What else is famous from Salvador beside pupusas that we talk about?
Food wise,
Mhm.
I think pupusa is the most famous. Then there are other types of foods, but they can be related to other like Latin American food. Like we have enchiladas. It's
Mhm.
like a crispy tortilla where you put like meat on top, and you can put like some kind of it's a kind of coleslaw. You can put some tomato sauce. You can put Parmesan cheese. You can put like a small eggs, like a cut eggs.
Mhm.
But Mexicans too have enchiladas, and it's different. So
Oh wow, I thought they're the same thing.
no, I think they're different. Yeah, I think they're different.
They're different.
I think in Mexico, I think the tortilla is more like it's supple. It's not like crispy.
Yes, I think it's made with soft tortilla, as much as I know, and it has sauce, like it's covered in the sauce.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's different. It's very different, but we have the same names, but it's different in food.
So
We
I
also
love
have like we make pastelitos de carne. They look like empanadas, but they're not empanadas. So and it's different. Even the dough we use to make the pastelitos is different from, let's say, Bolivia they have empanadas, or even Colombia they have empanadas, but the dough it's different.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah, so I think we share our foods within Latin America. So
Yeah, yeah. But like different way of cooking,
yeah,
different
exactly, different ways.
ingredients.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, interesting, interesting. Tell me anything else about Salvador.
Well, we are famous for something in El Salvador. It's scary stories. People over there, they believe a lot in spirits and ghosts, even urban legends.
Oh wow. So I mean like folklore kind of thing, like
Sorry? Yeah,
folk.
it's a folklore. It's a folklore from the country. But people over there, they really, really believe like it's real. Like
So
it's not a
superstitious. Is it a
yeah, they're very
superstition?
superstitious.
Okay.
I've heard many, many stories of folklore over there, and to me, it doesn't exist. But even my mom, she's like, "Oh no, no, it's true, it's true. My brother has seen it, my sister has seen it, my uncle, my dad, my mom."
Wow.
It's a I've never experienced it, so in my case, I don't really believe. But yeah, El Salvador, they really believe in that kind of things.
Did you ever had any experience?
Personally, not really. Small things.
Okay.
Not. I haven't seen any ghosts, but one of the things that come in mind to me, this is personal that I've experienced it. When my grandfather died, he died in 2016.
Mm.
I couldn't make it to his funeral because he lived in New York. So I stayed here because of work. I couldn't manage to go to the funeral. I remember I was here in my dad's apartment. My dad was not here. My mom was not here. They actually went to the funeral for my grandfather. And my older sister, because I have two sisters, one younger, one older, she stayed too. And I remember that night, the night that we learned that it was the funeral day, actually. I remember my sister came because we used to live in the same building. So
Okay.
she was in the basement and I lived in the first floor. So I remember she came to my apartment and we're just there talking, remembering my grandfather, because my grandfather was really funny. He liked to make jokes. He was really funny. So we're just there remembering. And at one point, it was pretty late, maybe 11 p.m. or midnight even. And my sister had a little baby. So the baby was asleep already. So she was going to leave. So she left. Like I said, it was maybe around midnight. She had the stroller for her baby and she left. I saw her leave where I was sitting. I could actually see her from where I was sitting. I was like in the living room, but I could see the hallway that led to the bathroom, the
Mhm.
kitchen, and the bedrooms,
Okay.
but I could actually see the door that led to the outside of the apartment. So I was sitting there and my younger sister was sitting opposite to me. So she couldn't see anything. She could just see the living room, nothing else. So I saw my sister leave. She closed the door. In this apartment, we have two locks. There's one lock in the handle, and there's one lock that you can actually turn if you want extra security. But the handle has already a lock that when you close the door, it's already locked. You don't need to put an extra lock because if you don't have the key, you can enter. So she got out. I didn't get up to close the door. And I continued talking with my younger sister in the living room.
Okay.
But not even 5 minutes after, we heard, imagine you have like those black plastic bags, like garbage bags, big ones. And we both heard someone messing around with plastic bags in the hallway.
Oh my God, that's so creepy.
Yeah, yeah. And usually when we go to make the laundry, we use those black plastic bags to bring the clothes back to the apartment. So we heard like if someone was taking something out from the bag, like you heard like the rustling of the bag, like. So my sister, she looked at me and she said, my older sister's name is Jocelyn.
Mhm.
She was like, is Jocelyn still in the apartment? And for like maybe 1 second, I thought she still was in the apartment. But I rapidly realized that no, I saw her leave the apartment. And I said, like, no, she's not. Like, I saw her leave. Then my sister, she was all creeped out, my younger sister. And I was like, what? Let's go try and see what it is. Because we kept hearing that rustling noise in the bag, like the plastic bag, like if something was trying to take out clothes from that plastic bag. Even that my sister told me, is Jocelyn taking like my clothes to use or what? And I was like, no, she left. So we got up, we went to the kitchen. There was no plastic bags there. So we went to my sister's bedroom. No plastic bags, nowhere, not on her closet, not on her room. I came to my room, nothing, no plastic bags. And it was the same day that my grandfather's funeral was held.
Yeah.
And it's funny because another story that didn't happen to me, but it happened the same day. After the funeral, my mom and my dad went to my aunt's house because that's where they were staying until they came back. And my mom told me they were talking in the kitchen, like my aunt, my grandma, and my mom and my dad. They were talking in the kitchen. They were sitting in the dining table.
Okay.
And suddenly they just heard the water faucet starting with running water. They were all sitting. There was nobody else. And the water faucet was, it's kind of far. It's not possible. And they were all sitting. And the way they were sitting, because the table was pushed towards a wall. So they only had like four places, like in the extremities, and two uh, right beside. And it was like a six-person table, but since it was pushed all the way to the wall, they were just for four places. So like two here and two on the side. So my dad and my grandma, they were giving back to the faucet and they just heard the running water. So they turned and effectively the water was running, like someone turned on the faucet. And but there was nobody else there.
My God.
Then my dad doesn't believe in scary stories. He doesn't believe in ghosts and everything. He always tries to, how can I say, to find a rational explanation to things.
Okay.
But that time he was like, I was there, I was present. I saw it running. I don't know what it was. He's like, I only believe that maybe it was my father.
Wow.
So he stand up and he shut down the water ball.
Wow.
And that thing happened the same day, the story that I just told you with my sister.
Mm,
The same exact day.
wow. So there was some energy there.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. And what's funny is that when they were doing like this like funeral mass, like they do a speech, he had like a Catholic funeral. The priest there was saying, "What? Don't be alarmed if you see weird stuff going on for at least the next 2 3 days. It's him. His energy is still there. When he's ready to leave, he'll leave." So it's funny that a priest tells you that and you actually live something. And what's even weird that I wasn't there, so I didn't hear the priest saying stuff like that. I just experienced it.
Wow. Blown away.
Yeah, and the other thing that's weird is that for the next few days, my older sister, she's very susceptible to this kind of paranormal things. She said that she experienced weird things happening in her house, like stuff moving on its own. But inside her, she knew that it was like our grandfather. And she said, like, oh, there's no harm. He's playing with us because he didn't get to know her second baby, who I think she was like 1.5 years old when he died. So my sister said, "Come on, it's just my grandfather playing little games with us." But at one point, she started to get scared because it was happening like on a daily basis, 2 3 times a day. So and at one point, she's like, "No, no, this is getting too much." So she said, "Grand, we call him Papa Toño."
Mhm.
She's like, "Papa Toño, if this is you, please stop. It's getting scary for me and my daughters. So please, I ask of you, go in peace, go rest. I don't want to have any more of this experience. Even if you think they are funny, they're not." And it suddenly just stopped after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, that was the energy of your
Oh,
grandfather.
for sure, for sure. But like I said, she's more susceptible because on my part, other than what I experienced the day of his funeral with my sister, I didn't get any more paranormal experience related to his.
Okay, okay. Well, a good touch on your folk, on your culture, and then on
Yeah.
horror
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah. If you want stories, I have stories, but they're to me they're more legends than things. But at the same time, there are people that I know, like a lot of people. They've told me their personal stories, and I don't think why they would lie to me. Their family, like my sister, she's lived a lot of weird things in her life since she was pretty young, actually. So I don't think she's gonna lie just to lie. Because my cousin too, he's very, very susceptible to these kind of experiences, and him too. Like I've tried to confront him, like, "Nah, you're lying. Come on, that cannot be true." And he's like, "Hey," because everybody calls me Natch. He's like, "Natch, I swear to you on whatever you want. I've seen this, I've experienced this." He tells me, believe me, it's not something that I want to experience. It's just it happens and I don't know how to deal with it.
Wow.
Yeah. So there are some stories I think there are like maybe legends, but other stories I think give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
It can,
Yeah,
it can be possible.
it's possible. Like, yeah, sometimes like you have to put that filter in and then think about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally get it. I totally get it. Well, thank you so much for this podcast today. I'm gonna close it here with you, and next time we'll explore more folklore.
Sure. No problem. Anytime.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, Angela.
I hope you liked today's episode about IT career and the horror tales, the folklore, and about the Salvadorian culture. Please tune in every Thursday at 8 p.m. at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Ghana, and YouTube, and many more to listen to the podcast, The Food Apothecary, food that heals your soul. Thank you so much, and have a good day.